Hey guys, it's Graham, and I already made a video for Chapter 3 of Darkest here, the rewritten version, but it got deleted, so I'm gonna have to reread it. And I'm also really sorry, because while I read this, I'm gonna have to kind of read it a little bit fast, because I don't have a lot of storage on my phone. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to read fast, and I'm really sorry. Also, so it says, like in the story, it would say, like, the main character, like, that you guys play, like, it would say their name, like your name, then your last name. Like they actually said that. And I don't want to read your name every time, so I just like created a random name for the person that you're going to play as, which is going to be Caroline Jewel. So just want to let you know, and without further ado, let's get started. Again, sorry, I'm going to have to read fast. So, Chapter 3. A Kiss Can Be Dangerous. It had been a week and 3 days since you had moved into Mark Fishbach and his brother Dark's apartment, and in the span of those 10 days, you hadn't met two siblings so completely opposite of one another. Some siblings shared a bond of the sorts, one thing that could tie them together, one thing that they could talk about, except your acquaintances, or roommates, were incompatible. It was unbelievable to you. Mark was kind, gentle, funny, and goofy, whereas his brother was, well, dark. He had a dreadful sense of humor. His eyes fell upon you like that of a wild beast hunting its prey. He was in no way, shape, or form kind or gentle. He was rough. He broke things in his pale gray palms. The simplest touch of something fragile would send it into a pool of pieces on the floor. You didn't even want to know how he broke your bedroom mirror, maybe and mostly because you already knew. However, he had his own charm about him. With his flirtatious ways and cocky grin, it was hard for you to stay mad at him for long. Another thing was that the Fishbach brothers clearly had no sense of what privacy actually meant, as you had learned from being disturbed as you tried to take a peaceful bath. The lock on the bathroom door was broken, and Dark had promised on multiple occasions to fix it, yet it was still not fixed. Your evenings were spent with the two men, either talking or completely destroying them at video games, and as each day passed, you grew fonder of them. Today marked the 11th day since you had moved in, nearly 2 weeks of moving in with absolute strangers. Oh, how your parents would simply scream if they found out. Didn't they ever mention stranger danger? If so, you certainly weren't bothered. You were sat at the dining table, munching on some half-burnt toast that Dark had made moments before, chatting away to Dark when he gave you an awkward glance. "What?" you asked. His eyes were piercing your very skin. "Nothing," he replied, as a grin made its way onto his face, his pale purple lips stretching. "No, tell me," you demanded, feeling heat crawl up your neck. "I said it was nothing," he exclaims, but leans forward towards you and gives you another strange side glance. "Dark!" you yell. He chuckles, evidently unfazed. "It's so easy to make you mad. Honestly, you're adorable." He mocks you, joy in his eyes. The heat slips from your neck to cover your entire body, making you look like a human tomato. At the very sight of you, Dark chuckles. "You're going red!" "I am not," you retort, standing up abruptly from your chair. "Excuse me, I have things to do," you mutter, keen to get away from the taunting man as soon as possible. Dark's laughter fades back into the handsome grin. "What things?" he asks, eyebrows raised. "Leave Caroline alone," Mark snaps from the kitchen sink, throwing the amusing mood of curveball. He has been awfully quiet since Dark first piped up today. "I'm only having a little fun. Gee, would you calm down?" Dark snaps back, loud enough so his brother can hear, pouting and letting his head rest on the palm of his hand. He slouches, like a child does when they've been told off. His eyebrows furrow and his forehead slumps down. He looks exactly like a spoiled brat. You release with a little smile. You giggle, but hide it with your hand, and yet still Dark notices. "Are you laughing at me?" he asks, raising from his chair. Mark finishes washing the dishes, turns around and looks at both you and Dark. "Take your childish behavior elsewhere," he warns, the edge in his voice not going unnoticed. Dark looks at him from where he is standing. "What's wrong, Mark? Why do you have such a huge stick up your butt?" Dark smirks, pushing his twin brother's buttons. Mark glares straight back. "I have things to do. I can't be bothered with this," he mutters with an annoyed sigh. He walks past, brushing shouldering you in the process, into his room and even going the extra mile to slam his bedroom door. Angsty teen was Mark's style today, it seems. "Ignore him," you say to Dark as you pick up your laptop from the dining table. "I did hear him up late last night playing games. He's probably just tired." Dark just smiles. "No, it's something else," he mutters. You only catch the rest as he leaves the room. "It's something about me and you." Dark locks himself in his bedroom, blaring Journey's Don't Stop Believing on repeat. It's one of his favorite songs, as he had previously told you about. Still standing at the dining table, laptop in hand, you want to ask what he had meant about Mark being moody with you and him, but you didn't really have the guts to wander into his room alone. You would just want to ask him at dinner time, so that way Mark would be there too. After a pause and a little sigh, you end up doing the same as the boys, locking yourself in your room. You take to reading creepy stories on the internet, laying on your bed, and when you get bored of that, you move on to fan fictions, and end up spending 2 hours with mixed emotions over characters. A while afterwards, your laptop abandoned for a book. A soft knock sounds on your door, immediately followed by Mark's voice proclaiming, "I'm coming in." You scramble to slam the book closed, completely flustered, just as you do so, Mark enters the room. "What were you doing?" he asks, staring at your red eyes and rosy cheeks as you lay with both hands on top of the book. Nothing. I was just reading," you say with a little sigh. Mark makes a small sound and gives you a nod of the head, strands of his wild red hair falling as he does so. He walks forward and takes a seat on the edge of your bed, as you remain lying on your stomach on your bed. "Look," he begins, shifting his gaze to the floor. "I really want to apologize for Dark. He can be weird at times." "Mark," you interject. "There's really no need to apologize. I've been here for nearly 2 weeks. I understand what he's like." Even though you smile reassuringly, Mark doesn't look too happy. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm sorry he kidnapped you and everything." "It's okay, Mark. Really," you reply, shifting his sit-up so you can remain serious. Still, he just sits there, his eyes staring at something so interesting on the ground, something you cannot see. "Do you want to go out tonight?" he finally blurts out. You blink at his eyes finally as his eyes finally meet yours. "Not as a date or anything." "Crap. I mean, just to get dinner, to get something to eat to celebrate you being moved in here for nearly 2 weeks," he adds with a flustered smile. You know he's just a rambling mess, but you find it adorable. "Sure, Dark's busy tonight, so it'll just be the 2 of us. I hope you don't mind." He cuts you off. A little taken aback, you shake your head. "No, that's okay," you answer with a smile. Mark, upon seeing your positive reaction, returns to a relieved smile of his own back to you. "Okay, be ready by 6 tonight, please," he instructs, standing up and walking backwards out of the room. "Okay," you yell out after him, a bemused smile on your face. You smile to yourself, feeling the return of the tomato look you had this morning hit your face. You certainly liked Mark, whether it's a simple phase due to knowing him previously through YouTube, or whether it's because he is undoubtedly an extremely handsome man, you don't know. All you know at this exact moment in time was that you, Caroline Jewell, are actually going on a date of some sort with Mark freaking Fishbach. Dark's music stops playing, his bedroom door opens, and he walks past your room. Being all rosy cheeks and anime twinkling eyes certainly catches his attention. "Boy, what's got you all lovey-dovey looking?" he asks with an edge to his voice. He's pissed off for some reason. But then again, Dark always seems to have that certain feel about him, like he's always ready to break someone's nose due to his pissy moods. That's what makes him unnervingly dissimilar to Mark. You hesitate to answer, a small voice rising in the back of your head. What if Dark gets jealous? Okay, guys, that was not the end of chapter 3, but it's halfway, and since this chapter is really long, I'm going to finish this chapter in another video. So tell me what you liked in this video by leaving a comment down below saying that you did, and if you want more, give me a like. It would really help, and possibly subscribe. Alright, well, that was really good. I will be posting part 2 of chapter 3 soon, so be ready for that. Alright, bye bye guys.